Hello and welcome to Wigs with Liz. My name's Liz and I wear wigs, and I'm really excited today to bring you another powerful wig. Now, this wig is called Stella and it's by Ellen Wille, and it's in a gorgeous colour dark chocolate, which when I got the wig I was quite surprised because I thought it would be darker than it is, which is a bonus because it's got a real richness to it. Now, this wig Stella I've wanted for a while, but again, I managed to pick this up on eBay. Now, this wig, it's pre-owned, so this particular one has been worn a lot, and I was lucky really to get this at a really good price, pre-owned. And again, you know, I'm glad that I've got the wig because I can try the wig, and if I like the wig, I'm going to get it in another colour, possibly in a blonde. So when I get a wig from eBay and I see the wig and I'm like, wow, I want that wig, you know, it's not necessarily always in the colour that I would choose, but it also gives me the opportunity to be able to show you the wig in a different colour that you may love, and you may think, wow, I'm really glad that I've seen it in that colour, and then later down the line I'll get it in a colour that I love, you know, from Valentine's Wigs or wherever I decide to get one from. So this particular wig is called Stella from Ellen Wille. Now, when I got this wig, I could tell it's being used. You know, it's one of those where it's definitely been through it a bit. So I give it a really good wash and condition before I even did anything to it. So, you know, when I get these wigs from eBay, unless they're brand new with tags, and I can tell they're brand new with tags, I will always give them a good wash before I even attempt to put it on my head. So I've washed this wig, I've conditioned this wig, I hung it up to dry, and I would have done that anyway, even if it was a newer type of this wig, because I wanted to get it back into its natural state. Because sometimes with a curly wig, you know, if they're used and pre-owned, people will brush out the curl or maybe, you know, settle the curl down a little bit, and I like a lot of curl. So I want to see what the wig can do. So that's why I shampoo and condition it first to see what it can do. And it goes back into its natural style when you hang it up to dry. Now, when I got it from upstairs, when it's dry, I just sewed in 2 wig clips. So if I show you the cap first of all, I've sewn 2 wig clips into this, both at the front there. So even though this is on the lace and, you know, it's got like this mono part in here, I have sewn a wig clip in there just to give it the added security. I was sewing them there and there, but what I've found is it's not holding the wig as much. And, you know, I was wearing my Kayla wig a lot earlier in the year, and I got a clip there and there, and I took that one out and sewn it here, and it feels better on the head. So that's what I'm doing from now on. So I will show you as well when I'm doing the wig reviews where I'm positioning my wig clips, because obviously I've sewn them in. And with it being a darker colour, you're not going to see the wig clip anyway, even though this is on the mono part. So it's got mono parting, but it is on the left side, okay, left to right. And, you know, it's got a little bit of machine teasing, not much at all there, just to give it a little bit of height and body. And I have cut a little bit of the lace off because, as I said, I can tell with this wig, it's been through it a little bit. It's been worn and worn, but it's still in good condition, and it's still a really good price for me to get this wig at, because this is one I want, but I was kind of like iffing and ahhing about it. So this has kind of given me the push to try the wig, and then, as I said, if I like it, I can get it in another colour. So this is the first time I'm going to be wearing it with you, but I can tell by the feel of the hair, you know, it's been through it a little bit. So it may take a while for me to get her I want her to be. So it's got breathable wefting at the back as well. You've got the Ellen Wille label there, and it's got the Velcro adjusters to make the wig tighter or looser to suit the head. What I find is when I'm sewing wig clips in, I don't really have to mess around with them unless the wig feels big on me. So I don't usually mess with them at all. I kind of leave them as they are. It's a very light wig. You know, when I'm feeling this wig in my fingers, I may need to get some water actually on this as well. Let me just grab my water bottle. Look at this wig. Amazing. And I've just got a little spray water bottle here, you know, that just spritzes water over to free up the curl a little bit and, you know, make it nice. But you can tell, you know, even washed, she's been through it a little bit. You can tell usually when you wash them, you know, it goes, you know, a bit nicer than this, I would say. But you can tell it's been worn. But again, you know, I did get this at really, I think I got this for £40, you know, and this is an expensive one to get. But as I said, it's not necessarily the colour I would have chosen. I have got dark chocolate wigs that I do wear, but I do find that, you know, with me, the way I wear my makeup, when I wear a darker wig, I can look a bit washed out. So if I was buying this wig brand new, I would have gone for a lighter colour. But I was quite nicely surprised that even though it's a dark chocolate, it is quite rich. You know, it's got like a little bit of, to me, it looks like a bit of a hint of red in there as well. So it's not as dark as it could be. So it's quite a nice colour. So let's have a look where we can part her then. So I've got my comb here and I'm just parting her where I feel it will look nice on me. So perhaps about there. Let's try that and see what it looks like. And as I said, you know, I mean, I might use my comb a little bit. I mean, I don't want to get rid of any of this curl, but I don't want it to look like a bird's nest on my head either. And I do feel that, you know, it's not the wig's fault, obviously, or the seller's fault. I've bought it and I knew and expected it to be worn because, you know, it said there in the description. So when you're buying off eBay, you know, just make sure that you're getting what you pay for. You know, be aware, don't be disappointed if you get a wig and it comes and you're like, oh my goodness me, it's being used a lot. If it's a used wig and, you know, they're not saying, oh, it's only been worn a few times, or it's going to be a used wig. So you have to be prepared for that. But if you get it at a bargain price, then, you know, it's good. I mean, who knew? I didn't know I was going to be buying wigs off eBay. You know, I just went on, I'm not an eBay person, I just kind of, the first time I've ever gone on eBay, and I saw a wig I wanted, I thought, oh, and then I've just kept my eye on it because I have managed to get some amazing wigs on eBay, and I do find that it's because, you know, I do kind of work with angels and the law of attraction, and I do manifest quite well. So if I set an intention of a wig I want, I am finding that they are turning up on eBay, you know, pretty much brand new. But I knew with this one, it may take a little bit of work. So you can see now what I'm doing. All I'm doing is using my fingers to, you know, kind of move the, you know, get it not so knotty, you know, because it feels like when I'm touching the hair, it's not as bad as it was just. It's shedding a little bit as well, which is always a sign of a used wig. But, you know, it was kind of feeling very tangled and knotted. So I would rather take a bit of the curl out and have it looking nice and feeling nice than have it really curly and looking like a bird's nest, because I can always use the water to fluff up the curl anyway. And you know, I've learned this through my wig journey, through watching amazing reviewers like Taz from Taz's Wig Closet, and you know, other wig reviewers like Abby Andrews, who I spoke about in my last video. You know, this is, you know, Taz says this is what she calls fluff and pluck, I think, or something like that, where she uses these two fingers to just move the curl around. And it's feeling a lot nicer now that I'm just playing with it a little bit than obviously it was when it was first washed and dried. You know, it felt like a bit of a bird's nest. So, you know, don't be afraid to spend a bit of time messing with your wig, and don't be afraid of taking the curl out or messing it up or anything like that, because, you know, it's worth it. And this is a wig that's worth it, because even though it's a used wig, I know it's going to come back to life, because I'm going to make it come back to life, because that's what I do. So she's feeling much better now. You can tell straight away from how it was before just a minute ago to how it is now. It's looking better straight away. It's feeling better. The hair's feeling much better. So hope is not lost with this wig. Stella, just checking, it is Stella from Ellen Wille. Yes, Stella Wig. And this is quite an expensive wig to buy. So I'm using my fingers, you know, and just moving her into style. Now I have trimmed a little bit off the lace as well, because I could just tell it needed it. And what I'm finding is, you know, if I am buying a pre-owned wig that's been used a little bit, and, you know, I may need to trim the lace a little bit just to revitalise it, you know, and you're not going to damage the wig. Even some of the brand new Rene of Paris wigs that I've had, like Lennox wig, I've had to trim a little bit of the lace off. So it's okay to do that. So all I'm doing now is just using my fingers to take off any excess hair. So you can see it's shedded a bit, but I'd rather it shed on the table than shed all over me when I put it on. So I'm just going to show you how much it shed. So there you go. Can you see that hair there? It's going to rub that together and then I can put that in the bin. So I'll just pop that over there. But, you know, expected with a wig like this. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to squirt a little bit of water on it before I even put it on my head. And I'm just going to use my fingers to curl it a little bit, just to get a little bit of that curl back. And I've just brushed out. And this is the first time I'm putting this on with you, so I'm very excited to see what Stella's like. But to me, this colour, this is dark chocolate. I'm just checking, because I haven't got a bag yet, because I'm waiting for my bags to come. So I've written it on. I'm going to put this on a gallon freezer bag and then put her in there. Because the box came with this, but it was very tattered, because it's a very used wig. So this is dark chocolate. So even though it's dark chocolate, to me it's got a hint of red in there. It looks rich. You know, it's not like a really dark colour. I don't feel this one's going to make me look washed out. Okay, and you can see my own natural colour as well. Because it's becoming more salt and pepper, it is going darker anyway. So I'm kind of getting used to this. So my natural hair right now is growing back. I've kind of put it all back to get it out of the way. It's very fluffy. Okay, so I'm going to grab it and tie it back again just to move it out of the way. Let's do that. There we go, that's a bit better. So I've got my hair out of the way as much as I can. Obviously, you know, it's still hanging down a little bit. It's not quite ready to go in a full pony yet, you know, in one full pony. But, you know, it's all right. It's doing the job. It's back. So let's put Stella on there. So when you're putting a wig on, get your thumbs at the back where the label is. And you're going to put the front of the wig about there, even the tabs, and pull it up to your hairline. So when I put her on, I'll leave it down first and show you the lace front and how I've trimmed it. So let's put her on. And I've no idea what this is going to look like on me or how it's going to feel or anything, because obviously I've washed it from eBay and I haven't tried it yet. So, but it feels a lot better than it did. When I first bought it downstairs, you know, it felt really kind of hard, the hair, and now just from fluffing it and playing with it a little bit, I've settled that down, so it feels nice again. So you can see the hairline on this wig here, the lace front, and, you know, me cutting the lace front a little bit, you can see it hasn't done anything to the style or messed up the style. It's just made it revitalised. So I'm going to lift that up to my hairline now, which is about there. I'm just making sure the ear tabs are straight, which they are. And I'm going to clip her. Oh, I haven't put my wig clips in. It helps if you open your wig clips, really. So try again, Liz. Let's do it again. So slow motion. We're going to put her on. We're going to even up those ear tabs. And, you know, she's feeling really nice. She really is feeling nice. This is a wig I think I'm definitely going to buy in another colour then, because it feels nice. And I'm going to lift it up to my hairline about there. Make sure the ear tabs are straight. And then I'm going to clip her in. Now, this is very natural looking. You know, you can see that straight away, especially with me being, you know, a natural brunette and having dark hair. And you can see how natural this parting is as well, because obviously it's got that side mono part. So, and it feels nice, okay? It feels a lot nicer. It is still shedding a little bit of hair, but it does feel a lot nicer than it did when I first washed it. But it needed that wash anyway, you know, and I gave it a really good wash. It's not like I just give it a little wash. You know, I spent about 20 minutes washing this wig just because there was a lot of kind of dark, you know, when the water goes dark. So it wasn't like filthy dirty, but I could tell it needed something. And, you know, I gave it a spruce up. So that's all I'm doing now. So right now, I'm just starting on the left side. Just using my fingers, because even now when I'm just pulling my fingers through, it's kind of, my fingers are getting stuck in it a little bit, and that's how you know it's a used wig, okay? But I want the curl to fluff up as well. So I'm just fluffing it. Obviously I could shape this as well, but the thing is when I shape this wig, it knots up a little bit again. So obviously this isn't a perfect review, because if this was a brand new wig, it wouldn't be shedding hair, and it would automatically be in the style. But it does show you what you can do with an eBay wig, okay? With a wig that you buy pre-owned and it may be cheap for you, you know, like a nice little cheap buy, but then you just have to work with the wig a little bit just to get it how you want it. So I'm just using my fingers, you know, just to kind of plump it up, fluff it and pluck it, as Taz says in her videos, to just get it into some kind of style. So you can see how when I'm wearing this colour, it's really nice, because even though it's a dark chocolate, it's a rich chocolate. So it's not like really dark. Like for me, the dark chocolate in the Godiva Secret wigs, it's really nice, but it's a little bit dark. When I wear that, sometimes I feel a bit washed out. And when I'm wearing this one, it feels richer. You know, it's not a ginger brown, but it feels like a brunette brown. It's not a red, it's a dark chocolate, but it feels red to me. I know you can get that, you can kind of see that in the wig as well. So just spending a bit of time. It is shedding a little bit, but as I said, I'm okay with that, because, you know, I don't mind. You know, for the price of the wig, in a pre-owned wig, I can expect that. So now I'm just going to move to the back, and I'm going to show you the back in a second, where I'm just doing the same at the back, just plumping it up a little bit. So let me just move all this shedded hair out of the way. So the hair that's shedded all together then is like that amount there. Can you see that there on the camera? So, you know, a little bit of hair, but not too bad. So this is the style of the wig that she's very, very pretty. I can imagine this, when you first get this wig, you know, brand new, is going to look amazing. It reminds me a little bit of Adeline wig from Rene of Paris. And I've got a pre-owned Adeline in Melted Marshmallow as well. It reminds me a little bit of that. So it's nice to have something a little bit different. So let's have a look then in the mirror. So very, very pretty. Can easily get away with this wig, even though it's a pre-owned eBay wig. You can see now, just from, I'm going to do a proper turn, but just from messing with it, it's brought the style back a little bit. You know, it doesn't look like it's a bird's nest anymore. You know, it feels nice. It's sticking a little bit up here, but I mean, that's just, I can use the heat of my hands to just push that down. But it's a really pretty look. So let me do a turn and show you from the side. Really pretty with this curl. I mean, obviously I can use the water and, you know, curl it up a little bit more the other side as well. Pretty. And this side, I think it just needs a little bit more work on this side, because this side's perfect, exactly how I would wear it. You know, exactly how I would wear it. I love it like that. I even like it with this bit kind of coming up a little bit. Let me just look in the mirror at that. Yeah, you can't really tell. It's not like it's sticking up. It just needs moving over a little bit. You know, it looks nice when I'm looking at it in the mirror. So, obviously, I do think that if you bought this brand new, there would be more curl pattern in it, because it would be holding the curl better. And obviously, I've had to fluff out a lot of the curl. And probably when I wash it again, it may feel the same way. Maybe it'll feel better. I don't know. That I'll keep you posted on that the first time I wash this wig. But I do like it. I would perhaps put a little clip in there just to hold it off the face. And the thing is, because it is a lace front wig, I can get away with that, especially because of my own natural hair. So this is a very natural wig for me to wear because of my own natural bio hair. Could perhaps put a headband in it. Yeah, I know that doesn't look quite right, but it's nice. I like it. I like it. So I definitely think I'm going to get this wig brand new in another colour, maybe a blonde or a red, to try it and review it and see what's going on with it. But, you know, bargain buy. Bargain buy. So I can't knock these bargain buys. And it's always good to show you what you can do with a bargain buy to get it looking better. But I definitely feel a clip in this would do it some justice as well and make it feel nicer. But I like it. I do like it. And, you know, trust me, my face isn't like disappointment. It's just like, wow. I'm quite surprised how I've made it feel better considering how it was just. But I really like this side. I'm impressed with this side here. This side might be just how the light's hitting it. Let me look in the mirror. Oh yeah, it's not too bad at all. And it does look very, very natural, you know, with this lace front as well. So it's a pretty wig. very nice. I like it. I would just definitely take a bit of time just scrunching this side a little bit more to define the curl a little bit more. You know, just to, yeah, you can see how it's coming there a little bit more now. You can see a little bit more curl. Because I am a curly girl, and I do like curl. Some people don't, you know, maybe you would brush this out. I mean, I don't even know if this is a wig you can put heat on or not, you know, because what I tend to do with my synthetic wigs is wear them the way they are. You know, I know some people buy them to alter the style, but I kind of like the style. So if it's a curly wig, I want to wear it curly. I mean, I suppose it's different if you pay a lot of money for a wig and you want to use that wig as your daily wig and you want to style it all kinds of different ways. But, you know, for me, I just kind of like them as they are. So the more curl, yeah, I've done that more curly there. The more curl, the better. And you could take this over a little bit more because of the parting. You know, so I could part this over a little bit more that way. Let me just see if I can do this. See how I'm doing this with my fingers? That shows it's a worn wig. Because on a wig that's new, it wouldn't do that, you know. It's kind of like it's sticky. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why it's shedding hair. Because it's doing that. Let me just have a look in the mirror. Yeah, that's still natural parting. Don't know if I liked it the way it was before though. I think that if I parted it there, here, it would actually stay out of my face a little bit better. Not that it's falling in my face, but if I use my comb and I take the part up a little bit this way, it's going in my face a little bit and it's lifted the wig up a tiny bit. Let me just move it up. Let me just actually take it off and do it. I know these videos lately have been a bit longer, but it's all exciting. It's good stuff. So I'm just seeing if that does fit in with that mono parting there. Let me just take it over a tiny bit there and see what that looks like. Have a little play with it there. Yeah, it will still fit into that mono parting there. This may be where the lady had it parted before. Ah, okay. I'm just seeing what's that there. See that little bit there? Because of where I've parted it, I can see that coming through. So it needs to be further the other way because you have got some leeway and some room that you can play with this parting. But I think that I've perhaps gone over a little bit too far there. So I'm going to put it back kind of where it was. Kind of centralised a little bit more this way. And we'll part her this way. Let me just spend a little bit of time. Again, see how the hair, this is what I'm talking about. How it's sticking, my fingers are sticking in it. And it may be the fibres it's made with, but I think it's more likely to be the fact that it's a used wig. You know, but it's all good to see, you know, and have some fun playing with it as well. And getting her back to life. Anything's better than my hair right now. Look at my hair all fly away. But I really do like the colour. So the colour I like because to me it's you know, a rich dark chocolate. So it's not a dark chocolate where it's just too dark for me and it's making me look washed out. I think it actually makes me look quite natural. You know, it's quite a nice colour. Yeah, it definitely wants to be parted there. That's the right place for the parting, you know, on this particular one. Okay, it may be a bit different if you get it brand new. But again, see how just plucking it again, like using my fingers to go through, it's kind of calm that cool down again. So you could wear it like this. You know, maybe you prefer it like this. But for me, that's too flat, you know. I would need to boof it back up. And I could use, I've got some, you know, Belle Madame hairspray. I could use hairspray on this to give it a pump up. And perhaps with this one, it would be better to put it on a mannequin head. You know, I don't mean this particular wig. Obviously, you know, if it's a brand new wig, it would be fine being in the box or being in a bag. But because this is a pre-owned one, and you can see what happens when I'm, you know, kind of pulling it down a little bit, I would perhaps boof up the curl and get the style how I want it. And then put this on a mannequin head, you know, and spray it with hairspray to get the curling. But I mean, just using my hands and holding the wig and not being afraid to get my hands in it and plump it up and play with these. You can see what it's doing here. So it's kind of coming back to life a little bit now. It's too flat before for me. I really do like this side. But, you know, I do think that it's on its last legs, this wig. I don't think I'll get many wears out of this. But it's worth getting to have a look at the wig and try the colour and see it. And, you know, have a little play of what you can do with an eBay wig. And, you know, I think that's probably what I'm going to call it. Playing with an eBay wig or something like that. Because, you know, it's not really a fair, you know, decent review of this Stella wig. Because it's a pre-owned one. And I do feel she's on her last legs. But it is a great video for if you're buying a wig from eBay and you want to bring it back to life. So you can pump it up and do things with it. And, you know, it looks realistic. It looks like, you know, your own hair. It doesn't look wiggy, in my opinion. You know, and obviously, you just play with it until it looks more natural for you. But, I mean, the lace front is perfect. The hairline is great. You know, the mono part is great. The hair's lovely. It's just that this particular one has been through it a little bit. So, and it's always good when you get a wig like this because, you know, it's been worn and loved and, you know, it's been out and about. So it's been on adventures. It's been on adventures. And, you know, maybe you don't want to get a pre-owned wig because, you know, for hygiene reasons or, you know, you just don't. You want to get a brand new one and that's fine. But, you know, for me, it's nice to be able to have both options. And as long as you wash it well, condition it well, and, you know, are willing to play with it, then you're going to get some bargains from eBay. But look how that's just playing with it a little bit there has gone into style. So I like it like that. Oh, yeah. So I would definitely wear it if I was going out right now. If I thought, right, I'm going to go out in this wig, I would wear it like this. Definitely. I love this side. This side is really doing it for me. You know, this side may just take a little bit more work in the mirror just to use my fingers to plump it up, perhaps get some spray on this. But I think I'm definitely going to put this on a wig head, you know, instead of putting it in a bag and get wear out of it while I can. Because I do feel that, you know, she is on her last legs, bless her. And, you know, Stella, there may be another one coming next year. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.